All right, everyone. We're about to get it going here with our monthly community service, Pharmacist on Call. Get everything straight here. This is your 1 hour opportunity to give us a call. Ask all those burning health questions that you have. And we should be going live on air here in about another minute or so. The producer is getting the camera there. Put some more lighting, Kim. Okay, so producers just told me about 45 seconds from going live on air. So you guys can, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. All right. Okay, here we go. All righty. The countdown. Good evening, Nashville, Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky, those of you as far west as Jackson and Memphis, those of you as far east as McMinnville. Welcome to Pharmacist on Call with your host, Dr. Sean Pruitt. And if you're watching this show, I am your community pharmacist. Everyone, welcome to our June edition of Pharmacist on Call. This is your 1 hour forum where you get to call in and ask those burning questions that you don't get to ask your doctors because, quite frankly, they're busy. But guess what? For this hour, I have the time for you. So call in with those questions and those comments. The producer is going to flash the number there on the screen. Rule number 1, there are no silly questions. So no matter how mundane or silly you think the question is, chances are it's going to bless someone else. So call in with those health questions. I did want to get into some condolences quickly. I wanted to extend condolences to my line brother, Garvin Johnson, out of Flint, Michigan. His mother passed away a few days ago, Miss Eva Johnson. So condolences to his family. And to the family of Miss Sharon Hill. She passed away suddenly last Sunday, I believe. She's actually the grandmother of my 2 youngest children. So we're going to send out our sympathies to those families. I also want to wish my baby brother, Aaron Hardy, happy belated birthday. His birthday was on Monday, June the 3rd. So happy birthday to him. And I can't believe I forgot on the last show, which, sorry, moms, but happy Mother's Day, happy belated Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there. And then certainly want to wish all of you fathers happy Father's Day coming up, I guess, in the next week or so. All right, so you're probably wondering, what is this guy talking about? What's he doing on my TV screen? Or if you're watching via Facebook, what's he doing on my phone? Well, this is a 1 hour show where you get to call in with all of your health questions for free. And guess what? We can talk about anything you want to talk about. But until someone calls in, we're going to get into it and talk about kind of the history of who I am, what I do, and where the show came from. I'm Dr. Sean Pruitt. I own Pruitt's Discount Pharmacy. I own Pruitt's Pharmacy at Napier Clinic, and I own the Kangen Water Store of Nashville. On August 4, 2012, we opened the first pharmacy. Well, it looks like the calls are kicking in already. But we'll get back to the history of who I am and what I do. But it looks like we've got Linda. Welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may we help you?
Sean?
Yes, ma'am.
This is Linda from back of the turmeric user.
Yeah,
How are you?
pretty good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Let me ask you this. I'm taking gabapentin.
Yes, ma'am.
300 twice a day. Should I still continue taking GABA at night?
I don't see the issue, really.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. I'm having some muscle issues, the glute, right glute, and then the right top thigh muscle weakness and all. So I was just wondering if I was maybe taking too much stuff.
No, muscle weakness makes me think maybe your potassium is low.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so get that checked out. And I'll tell you what, if you just do maybe a couple of bananas or a glass of orange juice and see if
Okay.
that makes it feel better, then your potassium is low. As the weather
Okay.
begins to warm up, and I know you're very active,
Yeah.
so you'll sweat
Trying
out
to
a
be.
lot of potassium. Yeah, you'll sweat out a lot of potassium, and so that will cause the muscle weakness.
Okay. Well, I will try that. So thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate your help.
Yeah, good talking to you.
Good to talk to you.
All
Bye-bye.
right, all right, bye bye. All right, looks like we got Lucy. Welcome to Pharmacist on Call. May we help you?
Hey, Dr. Pruitt, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
I am fine. I want to say hello to your mother because I know she's always watching.
She'll be calling in. Yes, ma'am.
It's sweet to hear her. Well, listen, I got a couple of questions.
Okay.
One is about can you cleanse your spleen? And the other one is about, your Congo water is alkaline.
Yes, ma'am.
You can get too alkaline, can't you? And what are the side effects of being too alkaline? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Do you have test strips that you can test your alkalinity with in your mouth or in your urine at your shop?
Yeah, I think I had some urine pH test strips, but I do need to get some more.
Okay, well, answer the other two, and I'm going to hang up, okay?
Okay, hold on. So what was the first question again? I remember the second
I'm
question.
sorry. Can you can you cleanse your spleen?
Yes.
And the other one was about the being too alkaline.
Okay. All right. Good question. All right.
All right.
So thank you. I appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye-bye. Lucy always comes in with the bomb questions. All right. So the first question, yes, you can cleanse your spleen. Actually, we have a product that cleanses the colon, the kidney, the liver, and the spleen all in one. And that product is CKLS. So that's what the CK and the L and the S stand for. This is a 10-herb combination compounded by an herbalist out of Compton, California, believe it or not. This stuff is pretty bad. So the premise is that if you start with the colon, you cleanse the blood in the colon, which what the herbs do. Then that in turn cleanses the blood that goes to the kidneys, the liver, and then the spleen. So this is a multi-organ cleanser. So CKLS, heck of a colon cleanser. Like I tell everybody, if you swallowed a penny or annihilated as a little kid and it never came out, it's coming out now. So this stuff is good. It takes about 15 hours to work, so it's nothing that will work immediately. You will, be able to go to work and do whatever you need to do. And then once you get home or early that next morning, you'll be ready to rock and move something. So, all right. And, the condition that you're talking about is metabolic alkalosis, which probably a little hard to do, but yes, you can become too alkaline. The pH of the body should be about 7.45, and the way it'll manifest is you'll notice that you're not absorbing a lot of your nutrients because the stomach acid down there is not it's not doing its thing. So there's a fine line, but like I said, very hard to do to become metabolically alkalitic, I guess is the right word. But alkalosis is what she's talking about versus acidosis, where you have too much acid in the body or in the bloodstream. All right, so it looks like we're going to go to our next caller. Pharmacist on Call, may we help you?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
Well, I'm just fine, Dr. Pruitt. How are you?
All right, pretty good. Well, see, somebody talked you up. The last caller wanted to give you a shout out.
Yes, you did. And tell Lucy I said hello and thank her for thinking about me.
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to know this CKLS that good for clearing the colon and kidney and spleen.
Yes, ma'am.
Would that have any negative interaction with my Congo water?
No, actually, they work very well together. So what most people don't realize is when you're trying to cleanse the colon or the body, the large intestine requires a lot of water in order to move that out. So that's why when you don't drink enough water and you become impacted, that's why you have that pain down there. Or for those of you who have taken laxatives before and you didn't drink enough water and you started getting that painful cramping, that's because you did not drink enough water. So the alkaline water is going to go a long way towards helping the CKLS push all of that waste out of the colon.
Oh, okay. And what price is that, Dr. Pruitt?
It is about 27 and some change after tax. So I think it's like 25.
Okay, that's a month supply.
No,
About a month more.
this will last a while because what you'll do is an initial cleanse of 5 capsules one day, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, and then once you become regular, just on a daily basis, you can take 1 or 2 capsules a day, and you can stop once you're going 2 or 3 times a day until you feel yourself getting back. So this may last a year.
Oh, well, that's great. Okay, that's an amazing price then for a year's supply.
Yes, ma'am.
What? All right. Well, thank you so much for the information, and I'm going to continue on watching the show and enjoying it. And again, you tell Yasha thanks when you talk to her again.
Yes, ma'am. Will do. I'm sure. I'm sure she's still watching. So.
Okay. Well, have a great show, Dr. Pruitt, and a great rest of the night.
Yes, ma'am. You too.
Okay.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. So, yeah, my mother there, everyone, a frequent caller. Let's see here. We've got Theodora. Welcome to Farm System Call. May we help you? Hello? Hello, caller? All right, we'll come back to you there. Farm System Call, how may I help you?
This is Mary. Here's what I'm calling about.
Yes, ma'am.
What would cause your blood pressure to drop even if you stay on your medication?
Cause your blood pressure to drop?
Uh-huh.
Well, there's a situation called syncope, and what happens is, so let's say you're sitting down, and if you stand up too quickly, we call it orthostatic hypotension. If you stand up too quickly from a seated position, your blood pressure can drop. But there are also medications like clonidine that can cause it to also precipitously cause it to drop out of nowhere. Oh, and then of course the obvious is maybe you took more of your medication, maybe you repeated a dose.
But let me ask you this: what about do it cause you to have frequent headaches if it stays low?
I would think it would be high with the headaches.
Well, now I had it. Took my pressure and it was 96/60. Now that was last night, and this morning it was 110/60. So is that running fine?
Are you a small frame person?
No, about a little. Well, I'm not obese, but I'm kind of heavy.
Then no, that's too low. I would expect that maybe in a small frame person. No, that's too low. So what medication are you on?
I take Carvenolol.
And that's it?
Yes.
What milligram?
I take 25 milligrams.
Well, that's
twice a day.
Yeah, that's the highest dose. So let's talk to our doctor about that. Maybe he needs to knock you down to either 12.5 or 6.25. And just let him know you've been having bouts with, low blood pressure that's really teetering too low.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the first time it's done it maybe in a year's time. It usually runs, normal 120/80 or 125. It's never, high. If it's running 120, between 120 and 125/80, is that running okay?
That's running great. I'd have to say as close to perfect as you can get. Yes, ma'am.
All right, then. That's what I need to know, and thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your call.
All right. Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Pharmacist on call, may I help you? Okay.